Has the concept and practice of urban gardening come to your city as yet? This is something that is phenomenal and it's new and it's kind of taken over America, and people pushing it as a recreative activity and something that is novel, and that you'd be able to bring the community together and so on. And to me, this shows how the third world is catching up. So many people from the third world are coming here that they're transferring the third world culture to America, and it's bad. I mean, it works for them because they'll be able to save more to send back to the country, especially to Mexico. But what is it doing to our society or form of economy? Now, a couple of years ago, I think when they maybe '04 or something like that, they were protesting in Los Angeles. Some Mexicans were saying that, well, we can't have no land to farm in Mexico, and look, this land over here is vacant. We're going to do gardening on that land. Even celebrities were in the tree and trying to stop the development of the land, etc., etc. And this was so stupid, because here in America, you can't go and do anything. Doesn't matter what it is on people's land. That's their land. If they don't want to do anything with it, that's theirs. You got to go and buy your own and do what you want with it, or buy it. Okay. So this thing now has spread. As like, this is the thing to go at university, to teaching the concept of urban gardening. And the same thing here up in Richmond. Some young girl said she passed and she saw a vacant land with a padlock on the gate. So she went back to school and get somebody at school to come with a bolt cutter and cut the chain and open it and start farming. I mean, this is stupid. This is crazy. This is illegal. You just can't do that, because even the zoning, gardening is something special. You're throwing chemicals. You're doing all this and you're doing that. You have to be zoned for that. And we have farmlanders, we have farmers, and so forth. Now, again, they're trying to, right down the road here in Oakland, at Peralta and 34th Street, there's a park that somehow some white kids were able to persuade the government and to give them it to do some gardening. They call it the Slick Farms or something like that. When they started off, they had like 30 people working in it. They raised the playing by putting some wood and bringing dirt and so forth, and they planting stuff. And then at weekends they sell now. And the amount of stuff they sell, I've never really done a scientific study and to find out like how much you sold today. But they might have a pot here with some lettuce and some this and that. To be very optimistic, if they sell $30 a week, that's a lot. Because I also think what they do is they say, pay what you can. Now, what's happening here, some people graduate from the universities around here and they know how to write proposals. And some way, some philanthropy want to give these white boys some income. So they were able to persuade them that if they get a certain amount of money, they will do some gardening here and this and that and all this kind of stupidness. And 30 people, the amount of money they put into this farm to start it off, I don't ever think this farm is going to come back and pay it. But that's not the point. It's not a matter of making it profitable. It is simply that these folks find a way to get some income so they could get six-figure income when the year is up, or middle-class income. Oh yeah, they went to university, they have a degree, so they're supposed to be having a good life. They can't find a regular job, so they come through with this nutty idea. But this thing is based in the third world. The third world people earn so little that they have to do these subsistence things like gardening, animal husbandry, all this kind of stuff, so as to be able to survive. But here in America, where even the poorest would get some assistance from the government, food stamp, they even get Section 8, that's free housing, or with minimum contribution and so forth. I mean, to come back now and do farming to compete with the farmers, it's kind of ridiculous. Because many of those people that go out there to buy this cheap stuff and pay what you can, they have enough income that they could go at the store and buy the stuff. Mind well, the store is not selling it extraordinarily expensive. And compare this garden that they have, their products are more expensive than what you find in the store. But because they get in subsidies and money from philanthropy and so forth, they're able to sell it for nothing. So somebody comes in, and instead of going to the store, they have $100. Instead of going and spend $50 in greens and fruits and so on, they go over there and just spend like maybe $5. So they're saving some more money to go and do some more fun things that they like to do. But this is just and another thing. I know that the economic times are tough, but people use the spare time here after working to go and get some relaxation, improve their culturation, and perhaps go to school. So I don't see the need for America. had a garden at home. What do you think I'll go and try a garden here? Some people are even talking about in the end time everybody has to do gardening because you're gonna have to survive and all this kind of stuff. You know what my church teaches or my religion teaches? That is what God has taught me. And I mean, I've seen examples in the Bible. I don't know. He is going to provide for me. Okay, we have Elijah. Even if it's winter and you have to run out your home you don't have to worry about it. God and the angels are going to find a way to give you warmth so you won't feel cold, your foot won't get frostbitten and so forth. We see when the children of Israel were going from Egypt to Israel or to Canaan, that at nights they had this fire and during the day they had this cloud to protect them from the sun, and at nights the fire to give them warmth. The clothes didn't even tear up. The clothes were able to endure. The shoes didn't wear out and so forth. So to say that this gardening, urban gardening thing is a strategy that you could help to survive in the times that the shakedown is coming, and listen, a lot of folks are going to die over that because there are some people out there with guns and knives and big sticks who ain't doing no gardening because they don't have no yard to garden in. They're going to come to reap. And you go there and say, hey, this is my garden. You get out of my garden, I can call the police. You have to call the ambulance or the undertaker to take your body to the morgue because they're going to kill you. Even if you have things hoard at home, say you have some bucks and you're going to buy up all the money from the bank and stuff and everything, everybody around looking poor and looking hungry and you looking nice and fresh and everything. We think they're going to say, oh, they got some stuff stuck over there. And then some child or somebody might tell a neighbor or a family, we have some stuff stuck up here. We have stock that could last us the next 6 months. Guess what? And people can just storm the house and take what they have over there. Kill your home invasion. All right? So this urban gardening thing here is just, these young white folks here from university have captured the idea simply because they could go and tell some philanthropy that we could do this thing, give us some money, and so they get in the six-figure income or the middle-class income while just purporting to be really trying to make a benefit for the nation. But some people think it's serious and they want to start gardening. And so instead of being able to work overtime or really going to look for a job, they're studying to rear a couple of chicken at home when it's going to cost them a lot more than if they were to go and buy it. Now, mind you, they're getting food stamps, they're getting helps. They just want to spend that money on something else, maybe clothing or go and do a facelift or go for a trip across the country to visit a family or whatever. I think this thing is a bad idea, and I think that the third world is getting too close. I mean, America is supposed to be a first world country. You're supposed to be doing first world things here, and so much of the third world things are happening up here now. For example, some people from Latin America and Mexico, we recycle. We go to the people garbage bins and get plastic bottles and cans. And some of these Mexicans are telling me that I can't operate where they live because they own that zone. And they're even talking about killing or whatever. That's the way it happens in Mexico. This guy is telling me that, I don't get so much recyclables to buy no more because you're buying from them over there. So what I got to do with him? In America here, you could open a store and spend $1 million over there, and somebody see a lot of customers coming over, and they want to open one next door to you or across the road from you. It's not illegal for you to go and try to obstruct their progress or to shoot them, get them killed or whatever, burn down the place. You ought to use legal economic tools to be able to do better than them. You're supposed to be able to maybe offer a better price, a better quality of service, niche marketing and all that kind of stuff. So they're bringing that up here now, where they're telling me that I can't do this here and I can't do that there. And they could do what they want, and so so the third world is getting too close now. And I warn the government that when you get all these third world folks in here like me and others, you got to educate them in the way things are done here. Right? We respect people even though they're of a different religion. We respect them even if they're a different color. By the way, now these Mexicans and these people from Latin America coming up, we have another racial problem because in their country, black people are not important. They always push black people out in the bush. So they're trying the same thing here. Hey, this is America, bro. This is not the 50s and the 60s. So all that now we have to go back. They're coming with a garden and they're bringing up the third world stuff here. They want to racially discriminate. They want to try illegal, what we call it, piracy and mafia type business operations where they run you out of town if you have a better deal than them and so forth. So this urban gardening stuff is just the beginning of the third world approaching. And if people really look at it, they'll see that they're just wasting time in doing this gardening. And it's going to be dangerous. Some of them are going to be killed if they're planning for end of time and think that they're going to survive with this kind of game they're playing.